Hello, everybody. It's Gigo here, and welcome back to our Doyum project. Today's episode is episode 4, and we will be looking at the hidden roof gutter. In our previous episode, we look at the lentil beams where we had FO and constructing the beams, and this is the casting of the beams. So today we have, all the guys on site. We have the steel bender, we have FO, we have the engineer also, brother Sammy here, and also the mason working hand in hand. As I always say here on the channel, we work as a team. So we have to construct the hidden roof gutter. So you can see that FO has already started with the, carpentry work for the hidden roof gutter. And if it is your first time seeing this project and you'd like to know more about it, if you go to my playlist, it's called the Doyum project. I have history about it, how we started, and how far we'll be going. And this is also this one belongs to the owner, and when we are done with the current one, we will jump on it and also do the decking and also the completion of that project. So it's going to be a long journey, right? If you want to know how we're going to complete this one, the finishes, then move to the next one, then you have to check in my playlist for latest update of this project. So I mean, we've done this several times here on the channel, so I will use this opportunity to discuss one or two things with you guys. Let me know what you think about the hidden roof gutter, right? Or let's say the hidden roof, right? Hidden roof and also the hipped roof, right? So back in the days, we used to hear that doing a hidden roof is cheaper than a hipped roof, right? So I want us to look at these differences in the sense of cost, right? In the sense of cost, I mean, they all play the same role, prevent water from getting into the house. But today's focus is going to be about the cost, because like some people do say that some masons are like the hidden roof is cheaper than the hip roof, because the hip roof you have to buy a lot of wood, and also you have to buy a lot of the roofing sheet. But to be frank, I mean, the hidden roof is more expensive actually. If you want to do it right, to prevent leakages and all that, hidden roof is very expensive. The advantage of like having a hidden roof is that you have the chance to maybe place, your air conditions, or have a polytank area. Those are the advantages of having a hip roof. But beside that, it is only a design. It is only a design. It only gives it the shape of the house. It gives it like those modern kind of structure compared to the compared to the hipped roof. Beside that, there's nothing anymore when it comes to hidden roof, right? So here we have knee, like I said, the squad is on site. So you have the knee, our steel bender, with the help of engineer brother Sammy, who is supervising and making sure that everything is going well. At the same time, you can see the mason is doing his work, and F4 is also up there, doing his work. So if you have your project and you want a team, people that you can work with, you can deal with them individual. I mean, if you want to buy your materials, it's also allowed. You can buy your materials, we come on site, we do the work, and we only take our labor, right? It's also possible. So if you want that flexibility, in construction, you want to be part of the whole journey step by step, consider using the Gigo Production Group. If you need some of the artisans, I've put their numbers out there, but when it comes to the main construction, then you can get in touch with me, and then I'll forward you to brother Samuel, who is the engineer here on the channel. So let's get back to the subject, the hipped roof and then the hidden roof. Hidden roof is expensive because let's look at the things that you need to construct your hidden roof. You have to get wood, you need iron rods, you need cement, sandstone. It's just like having a decking, right, on top of the structure. So you have to buy all these materials, the iron rod, the wood, cement, and when you are done, you also have to do coping, which also comes with another cement, another sand, another, some might use iron rod in there, but not so much, right? So you look at all this cost, and that is not even the end. When we are done with the coping, you also need to protect, right? Prevent leakages. So you need to go with waterproof painting and all that. So to get, a hidden roof done correctly comes with a lot of cost, right? And the only thing you get is the design. That is, it's you hiding the roofing sheet. That is the only thing you get, from the hidden roof. Let's say if you also have a place for your poly tank, I mean, that also costs extra. That means that you have to buy more of the steelworks. You have to do more of the steelworks, and look at the labor that comes with every, with all the artisans you need. That you need a carpenter, you need a concrete casting, you need, a steel bender. You have to get a coping guy or parapet guy. Also comes with its charges. You also have to buy, sand, stone, cement, all of that, right? Just to get a gutter done. And if we look at we look at the hipped roof, you only buy wood, and maybe you buy the gutters will be from the roofing sheet company, and that is it, right? So if you want to make decision based on cost, then I would say that the hipped roof is way cheaper than the hidden roof, right? But if you want the style, if you want the style and the design, then you can go for the for the hidden roof. You can see the beam, right? So this iron rod is going to be the beam. Most people don't do it. Most people don't, put in all of those things. If you want to do a proper hidden roof, it costs a lot of money, right? It costs a lot of money. And if you are not lucky, you don't have someone who can do it better for you, you may end up, you may end up, having leakages again, and you have to redo the whole thing, doing another screeding. Sometimes also, instead of using the waterproof painting, sometimes using tiles, right? You still have to tile in and all that. So consider, if someone tells you that hidden roof is cheaper, you should ask the questions like, what are the guys putting in there that is making it cheaper, right? So please consider that in your structure, right? So the cost on the hipped roof, you buy a lot of wood, you buy a lot of roofing sheet, but if you do the calculation, it's nowhere close to the hidden roof, right? Hidden roof, right? So just consider that. And also the hipped roof creates a void, right? That it condenses the, it keeps the room cool, right? It also helps to keep the room cool, unlike the hidden roof where you need, a high ceiling to create that kind of coolness for you to have that kind of ventilation in there. So if you're going with a hidden roof, just know that you also have to buy more blocks, because you need to keep, the level, the ceiling level high as well. So there's also another hidden roof type where they leave the back open, so you don't have to construct the gutter, because that has been the most challenge of, masons and artisans. Most of them end up having leakage. So the new style they came about is to just leave the back open, which, when it rains, all the direction of the water goes to the back of the house, which sometimes when it hits the ground, it makes so much noise when it's raining. And also it creates holes when it hit the ground with a force. It creates holes, on the ground, but that can be prevented by creating, a little garden, right? So you put some sand in there, so when it rains, it just falls on the plant. Or you can just, create a gutter, a clean one, right? Connect it to the reservoir if you have a reservoir in the house. You can also collect water. Have a system, those plastic, to just be collecting water And there are so many ways to collect, water. If you have someone who has a foresight or you have engineer, they can create something nice for you to collect those water so that it doesn't fall on the ground directly to make those noise, and also to crack the ground, right? Because the force, with time, you see that it creates holes on the compound, on the ground, right? So I mean, these are some of the little tips that I was just thinking about it and I just wanted to share. So back to the video. I think it's getting dark already. So then I think that we have to wait for the next episode to see the concrete casting of the gutter, how it will look, and also, the rest of the block work which has to come, right? So stay tuned for episode 5, of the Doyum project. So then I think this brings us to the end of today's episode. I really do appreciate your time spent here on the channel. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and I will see you in my next episode. Look at doing.